Hey students, welcome to Management 232 Personal Finance. The objective of this course is to help you learn the basic principles of personal finance. Let's just say that I wish I had a personal finance class when I was in college. I graduated from the University of Michigan from their engineering college back in 1984, which I know seems like ancient history to most of you. Personal finance wasn't even an offering in the engineering school, and consequently, Kathy, my wife, and we made some dumb mistakes along the way that we wish we could go back and undo. But now listen, here's what we're learning over the next 8 weeks. We're studying financial management for individuals and families through the lens of a Christian stewardship. So what does that mean? Well, think about it like this. At ACU, we have the opportunity to choose whatever lens that we want to study God's creation. And yes, God created financial rules during the week of creation. It's His rules that we want to engage in as we look at managing money for our families and maybe even our friends and the people around us. We'll be looking at budgeting, banking, borrowing, investing, and insurance. But we're also going to focus on goal setting and financial planning and keeping an eye towards retirement and even on estate planning. You see, God really does care about how we spend our money, not just when we're young, but when we're older and we're approaching an end of life. By the end of the course, you'll know what it means to be a good manager of your personal finances. You'll be able to assess your current financial condition and understand how to make plans to reach your financial goals. Now, be sure you have a copy of the course text. It's this book right here. Okay, so make sure you got that. The most recent is edition 6, or the 6th edition. If you can't get that, get the 5th edition. I found both of them on Amazon. Before we go any further, though, I guess I want to take a moment and just share some of my own experiences with personal finances. Kathy and I have been married over 36 years, and we were 20 when we got married. I was still in college. When I graduated from the University of Michigan, we had $1 in our checking account, and I don't think we even had $50 in our savings. I don't remember now, but it wasn't much money. We had about enough money to go out and go to McDonald's and celebrate me graduating. No kidding, we didn't have much. After graduation, though, I landed a pretty good job as an engineer and made really good money. We thought we were rich, and we didn't take budgeting and financial management as seriously as we should have in those early days. And that led to a struggle with our finances early on in our marriage years. For sure, we made mistakes along the way. We didn't have any solid goals, and we floated for a number of years before we got things under control. Throughout this term, I'll give you some up-close personal stories as I think of them and as they relate to the topics that we're studying about. Some of them are good financial stories, and some of them were just dumb, bad mistakes that we made. That said, I want to remind you of something, though. Just like Kathy and I have learned to remind ourselves that God is merciful. He didn't give us what we deserve by making those stupid mistakes. And He's also gracious. He gave us what we certainly didn't deserve, and it helped us along. He's protected our family through many financial stresses. He's been always faithful to us, and He always will be faithful to His children. I hope you know Jesus. I just want to pause for a moment. He has such great plans for your life, your family, your finances, your purpose. I know because I've seen Him work in those areas in my life as well, ever since the day I gave my life to Him as a 15-year-old. If you don't know Christ, let's talk sometime. I'd love to introduce you to Him. Okay, here are some things I want you to remember as we go. First, each week I'll post at least 2 videos for you to watch. The first video is a biblical devotional related to leadership, maybe finances, something to do, with your Christian walk, be through a biblical worldview. And integrating a biblical worldview in our personal finances is a must if you're a believer in Jesus Christ. Now, the second video will be a short mini lecture, 7, 8, 9 minutes, something like that, about the week coming up. It's not going to be deep. That really comes from the text. But it's like an overview skimming across the top to help guide you through the material. Occasionally, I'm going to include a video clip or a news clip ripped out of the current headlines that might overlap or intersect with our course and kind of make some comments about that. These clips will, these video clips or these articles will give you some sort of like current context to what we're reading about each week in our topics. Also each week, I'll be holding virtual office hours. Be sure to look in the syllabus or in Canvas in the how-to module to find out what those hours are for this term. Virtual office hours are 30 minutes and they're conducted using Zoom. Zoom, in case you don't know what that is, it's a popular video conferencing tool. It's used by many businesses. We use it all the time where I work. And you can find the Zoom link on the home page or in the course welcome tab on the how-to page. Make sure your camera, your mic, and your speaker system are all working before you click on the Zoom link. Your camera's optional. You don't need to show up looking like this, a facial shot or whatever, but it seems more face-to-face when you can see and hear someone talking and that sort of thing. So if you can do it and you feel comfortable with it, go ahead and do it. The office hours are open office style, so just pop in and ask your question, chat if you want to, then sign off. I'll be on the Zoom conference for about 30 minutes waiting for folks to jump in. Regarding the pace of the class, there are discussion questions and assignments due each week. Be sure to read the syllabus and pay attention to what those due dates are. If you cannot meet a due date, reach out to me and let me know what's going on. Do it beforehand. If you contact me before you miss a deadline, I'll probably be much more gracious in extending the deadline for you. Don't make it a habit though. But you know what? If you wait till after the deadline, then you say, hey, I'm not going to make it. Well, I may not be as gracious. All right, finally, to keep you focused, I'm asking that you only work on the course material 1 week at a time. Don't rush ahead. You might miss something. You might miss some details that are important. But I do have all the weeks open, so you can look ahead, and the course modules are open in Canvas. So you can look at all the weeks ahead if you need to. If you're going on vacation or whatnot, you're going to be gone for a little bit of time, you can work ahead so you won't fall behind. All right, that's it. I'm excited to be working with you guys this term and look forward to getting to know you better. Remember, God is on his throne. He's always been and he always will be.